Hi, I'm Dave Fitzsimmons, retired political cartoonist, and I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade signs for when you join me on the streets to show your support for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Let's get started. First thing you're going to need is printer paper and a pencil, because you're going to need to follow my instruction when I draw out the sign designs on typing paper long before you and I move to painting the finished product on poster board. Hi, I'm going to be filming this in my studio space using my drawing board. Now, you don't need a fancy drawing board like I've got here to accomplish these tasks. It's going to be very easy to accomplish at your own, well, dinner table. And over here, oh, my favorite supplies, acrylic paints. Very inexpensive paints. I've got blue, red, white. I also have black paint. I'm going to use the white a lot because I like to paint reverse white lettering on blue poster board because it's very striking. Also, we're going to make use of a triangle. Maybe your kids left one behind when they moved out. I don't know. But the triangle is pretty useful for making sure that your lettering is on a pretty straight line across your poster board. And then the brushes. These are super cheap, inexpensive brushes. And of course, you're going to need what I call, and this is a very technical art term, this thing. This thing is ideal for swishing, that's another technical art term, swishing your paintbrush around to get all the water out of it when you're mixing it with acrylic, and you get it nice and paste-like. Cool. And then, of course, the poster board itself. You need the poster board itself. And I've got a pretty good sized poster board here, and I found this at the dollar store. And you can find them at any of those cheap stores, very inexpensive. $1 per board, or in one case, I found these whiteboards for 50 cents each. And that's a good price. So we're about ready to get started. Just about. The first sign we're going to make is going to say freedom, bordered by stars above and below the word. So first thing I got to do is I've got to divide this into a lower, sort of an eighth, a lower eighth, for where the stars will go. In here is where the word freedom will go. And freedom can be spelled with a script or with lowercase, just so it's highly legible. So it looks kind of, so it looks joyful. So I think I will go with, let's see, freedom. So it just gives me an idea of where the lettering will go. One star in the middle, one star below, another star here, another star there, another star there for balance. There we go. And that's pretty cheerful. So this is the fun part of the task. The swishing and the splishing and the splashing and the that's quite a bit. That's right. And now we want the right size brush. Not too big. That's a good size brush, I think. Dab, 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 dab. And I work left to right, just like the same way I read, because I am right-handed. Star number one. Oh, man. See this brush, the way it's structured? I'm going to take the flat edge and use that to make a skinny line. Skinny line number one. Skinny line number two. Number three. Number four. Number five. Pretty good star. Let's try another one. You notice I'm not being too careful, because these signs are going to be crude, pretty simple, and the only real demand is that they would be legible from a great distance. And one more star. Oh, the acrylic is so nice. dry quickly. Hey, I'm doing my Bob Ross here. All right. Freedom. Huh? See? Imperfect. That's okay. One thing I like about this kind of brush, you're using a thick brush like this, and you're using a mix of the edge of the brush, and then sometimes you want a wider line, you can slightly tilt it. Like, the top of the E. Oh, nice, huh? Oh, nice. Look at that. Oh, man, this is so imperfect. Looks like it's been done by a human being. Unlike the Trump people. Our hearts are so into this, we are going to do it by hand. And the signage is going to look much warmer and have much more meaning. Freedom. 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 I think I'm going to add a finishing touch of painting in the stars. Okay. Glop. Glop. More technical art language. Glop. Oh, not too wet, not too thick, almost a dry brush, because these poster boards are pretty thin. So you don't want to put on a thick bit of white paint that's super wet. Almost a dry brush technique. Those of you who've used dry brush at home, you know what I'm talking about. It's where you don't use much water, and it's mostly the acrylic paint mix itself. It's like cake frosting, thick as cake frosting. And this is just the first one of 30. 30. So, 29 more to go. Ta-da!